Closer to the evening, John returns home, where he waited for Karen. Each of them decides to eat away from each other. All because of the fact that their relationship is not very strong. A little later, the news about the appearance of a new disease was shown on TV, and it spreads very quickly. John is confident that the company specifically throws misinformation to get good money from their medication. Moreover, the company itself can develop a virus and release it to the world for the same purpose. Karen thinks it's impossible. Before leaving, John says he wants to find out about a new job. Karen clearly wants to talk to him, but decides not to say anything. A new day is coming. The plane crashed through the house where they lived. John panics a little, until Karen comes up with a brilliant idea to propose a divorce. John goes out into the street where the man was standing. He says that people infected with a new disease behave aggressively and attack other people. With this news, John returns home and tells Karen everything he has learned. The alarm goes off in the city. Sick people are already near their home. They immediately turn on the TV. According to him, they are asked to lock themselves in their homes and wait for new alerts. They're checking their supplies, they won't last long. Karen wants John walked to the neighbors and asked for food. It is unlikely in the entryway is very dangerous. And if no one opens the door for him, you can knock down the door. The police are now dealing with more important calls. A little later, John returned home. He says one of the neighbors' doors was open. Karen sees this as a great opportunity to make money. She fortifies her defenses with a bicycle helmet and a knife strapped to her shoe. The plan was successful. Karen returned with a new meal. John decides to ask if she really decided to leave him, getting a quick yes. Then Karen asks John to bring their neighbor's TV. Closer to night, they reported on TV that these were their last programs. They will return to the studio when it is safe on the streets of the city. In the meantime, everyone should avoid meeting people unknown to them. The military will try to save everyone. In order for the soldiers to know who to look for, citizens should mark their windows with crosses. That's what the family does. Although, when a helicopter flies near the house, it does not save them. A new day is coming. Karen was already owed Lucilla other neighbors, since she could not sleep well. John wants to get a promise that they will return things to their owners when the problem with the virus is solved. And anyway, why does Karen take a dress and other optional things? John still understands that they can be attacked by the sick. A hammer and a small flamethrower are perfect for defense. A man came out on the radio because of the authorities. He says scientists still haven't figured out what exactly caused the disease. At the moment, the disease has penetrated into several countries. The authorities will do everything possible to ensure that citizens receive water and electricity. Still, the couple is very bored and they play cards. John is confident that they will cope with this problem. Throughout history, people have fought against all kinds of threats and won. Karen, on the contrary, is as depressed as possible and just drinks wine. John calls it reckless in this situation. Karen retorts, saying that she has been drinking for more than a year, but John does not see it. There is a conversation between them about their relationship, which began to crumble since the death of their daughter. Karen is even ready to die, but John promises that they will survive. So they begin to improve their physical skills, although Karen does not miss the moment to grind wine. One day, there was a knock on their door. At first, John decides that the military has come to rescue them. But they were zombies. Fortunately, the titanium latch withstood the pressure of the monsters, and they closed the door. Tomorrow, we receive new news that scientists have started developing a vaccine. After the transfer is completed, Karen pulls out the dust with which John is polished. She even had a gun, she took it from work. Karen woke up tomorrow to a loud bang. John decided to shoot at the vases, and it was this vase that Karen's mother gave them. And while she was brushing her teeth, another helicopter flew near the house. Anyway, the couple prepares Molotov cocktails and beats up a pair. No one else was talking on the radio today, when suddenly there was a knock on the door. This time it was their neighbors, Leo and Emily. They convinced the couple to let them visit. According to their story, they were stuck at home because of a plane crash, but when they managed to get out, they were attacked by zombies. They even managed to convince them to share their food. Karen obviously doesn't like it. Now they have to take care of their own lives, not their neighbors. After a snack, Emily asks why these things are so similar to hers. Karen doesn't quite know what to say to her. She doesn't even have the courage to chase them away. A new day is coming. Emily purposely stands in the bathroom as long as possible, checking how much Karen has enough nerves. At breakfast, Karen still asks the neighbors to do the cleaning, so that they can work off this meal. In private, Emily calls it humiliation. Leo doesn't see anything wrong with that. They can play along or just leave. But Emile has another idea to attack the family when they fall asleep. After cleaning, Emily sees that they have fallen asleep and thinks that this is the perfect moment for action. However, Karen was just napping and heard everything she was telling John. Realizing that it is necessary to be one step ahead, the couple decides to attack the neighbors. But before that, Karen baked cookies, to which she added a lot of powder. This recipe eliminates neighbors. After just a couple of seconds, Leo and Emily come to life, but they are no longer human. Karen has to use a gun. To get rid of emotions, they take sleeping pills. It was on this night that the soldiers checked their house and asked the citizens to turn on the lights. This way they will be able to understand who needs help. And since no one answered, they fly away. The next day, the couple finally reconciles. They don't want to part anymore. They even intend to adopt someone. John says that because of the loss of his daughter, he went head over heels into work. But this virus helped to understand that Karen is very important to him. They are interrupted by a knock on the door. People on the other side call themselves rescuers, and due to the fact that there is no pupil in the door, Karen opens the door behind which the bandits were standing. They order John to collect the jewelry, and Karen will do something else. Karen was not so simple and eliminated the bandit. Other bandits came to the noise, which John took advantage of and took out a gun. Then they drink beer together. After a while, real rescuers appeared who did not notice the couple. They tried to run out into the corridor, but there were a lot of zombies there. John fights off the crowd, simultaneously closing the door. During this time, the helicopters flew away. Late at night, Karen finds John, who has prepared a weapon, but the attempt to break through the zombies failed. They were once again pushed into the apartment. Moreover, Karen managed to bite. John sincerely believes that as long as Karen is not dead, she will not become a zombie. And in general, the company that arranged this will soon release the medicine. Yet just a day later, Karen began to feel a strange feeling of hunger. John shares his blood, which was able to stifle hunger. This makes Karen say that he won't be able to share blood forever. John replies that he has no other choice. They embrace and Karen feels his blood, asking to dress the wound. When John woke up, Karen was gone. She left a letter thanking him for everything he did. She can no longer restrain her hunger and asks to enter the nursery. There, Karen has tied herself to the battery and wants John to fulfill her last request. The soldiers saw John in the window and burst into their apartment. But by this time, John had also become a zombie. The soldiers eliminate the couple and leave. This is where the film comes to an end.